Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand, Warren County Extension Agent for Horticulture. Now, Kristin, I know one of your favorite fruits is peaches.
Oh, I absolutely love peaches. I think you and I kind of get so excited when we see the peach sign that says, oh, they're in season right now.
That's exactly right. And now is definitely the time because we're kind of, July is peach month and it's peach season.
Whenever we do see that they're in season, you know, a lot of people really flock to them because, you know, with peaches, it's more of a southern crop. So typically we don't tend to see it until later in the season. We can grow peaches here in Kentucky, but because of the late spring freezes that we experience, we try to, you know, recommend more of the later maturing varieties. So a lot of times, you know, for us here in Kentucky, that means that it arrives in July, goes through the month of August, even into the first part of September, kind of around the Labor Day holiday.
Yeah, so now is definitely the time. But when people go buy peaches, they're like, wait a minute, the pit stays in or I can't get it out, and there are differences with different peach varieties.
So yes, there's two different types of peaches that you can purchase. So one is called a clingstone and the other one is called a freestone. So because of us here in Kentucky having the later maturing varieties, typically we're going to see more freestones. And what that means, Joanna, is whenever you cut into that actual peach, the freestone means that the fruit is actually going to be free away from the pit or the stone, since it's a stone fruit. Now, if it's a clingstone, it's going to actually, that skin is actually going to be clinged to the pit. So a lot of times they say that the clingstones kind of come in a little bit sooner, and then the freestones are going to be a little bit later. But, you know, with those varieties, a lot of times there's different colors as far as the skin of the peach too. So generally, you know, I think everybody thinks of the yellow skin. I think that's what people associate peaches with. But there's some varieties of white peaches that are really pretty. A lot of times, you know, they say that the white peaches have a little bit less acidity to them, but still they can work great in a lot of different recipes for your home. And so if you're interested in like growing peaches here in Kentucky, there is a lot of care that goes behind it. You know, it's a perennial crop, so there's a lot of soil testing that we recommend for you to actually get the soil right as far as the pH goes. And then too, again, because we have those late spring freezes here in Kentucky, we definitely want to make sure you go with the right variety. And a lot of times that particular variety is going to be a lot of the haven varieties for us here in Kentucky, just because they're later maturing. And sometimes to get those particular varieties, you have to really put in your orders like a year or 2 years in advance. And so you just want to make sure that if you consider that, also know that you're going to have to probably do a lot of spray. I know we have a lot of problems with peach tree borer, and we have a lot of diseases like peach leaf curl is something that we have to do. So a lot of times the sprays will have to be put on even, you know, 3 and 4 years before you actually get to an actual peach itself.
Well, you know, when we see these peaches, you're like, oh my goodness, wouldn't it be great just to have these in our backyard? And it is.
Yes.
But it is a lot of work, especially in a season like this one where we've had a lot of rain.
Yes.
It's a lot of spray and a lot of work. You're out there with them all the time to be able to get this bounty. But we're very fortunate.
Like you said, that is huge.
That is.
But in order to maximize, you know, we talked about sprays, but also to maximize this fruit, you're going to have to make sure that you prune the trees as well. So a lot of times that's done in the dormancy, a lot of times around February, March. And so a lot of times, you know, we would prune it a little bit differently than we would our apples and pears that are traditionally very hardy to the area. So it can be done, but just know that there is a lot of TLC that goes into the production of a nice juicy peach that we can find right now in season.
Right. And for me, it's too much work. And so I'm thankful that we have 2 growers here in Warren County that provide us with great peaches.
Right. And so if you want to contact us, we can certainly recommend our growers. I know we were very fortunate to have Jackson's Orchard, but also Dunn & Bowen has been a great grower here. And so it's nice that we have an opportunity. And I know that they both have different varieties, so make sure to check out their websites and kind of see on their social media as well as our website kind of what things that they do have for the varieties. Because, I mean, like I said, between the whites and the yellows, I mean, you can't get enough of that juicy fruit for this time of year.
And so what is the variety on the white one?
So this white one is called a Blushing Star, and this bigger one that we have on set is called Flamin' Fury. This smaller one you can kind of see in comparison to the size here. This is more of the Red Haven, and this is the Flamin' Fury, but, you know, still good options to enjoy for the season.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.